Hello YouTube, Tig Biddy here back again. This time we're taking a look at a very special deck that I opened up on Christmas Day from as I got as a present from my sister, which is really nice. We did a gift exchange and I specifically asked for a Keyforge deck and she specifically asked for some hoop earrings that I got. And they ended up being about the same price point, honestly. I didn't spend too much on the earrings and she didn't spend too much on my gift. But I have to say that she probably got me the best gift of all time because she got me a unique deck and I got her some generic earrings. Good trade. Um, and I got to spend some family time, and now I'm back here in my little basement suite all alone doing some Keyforge review. And I sleeved this deck and everything, but I don't know too much about it, so let's go through it together real slowly here. Without further ado, we have an Arise starting with the Dis House. This is really nice to see. No complaints about Arise. It is one of the best cards ever. One of the best cards ever. Control the Weak. This card's actually super nice. It pretty much, if you play this smart, which last game that I played Control the Weak with, I played quite smart, I would say, because my opponent literally did nothing on their turn. They had they had the wrong houses in hand, and I killed off all their creatures with my disc stuff, and then I chose Control the Weak, and they actually did nothing. It buys you a whole nother turn a lot of the time. I have no clue why it gives you an amber. Maybe because if you're terrible at picking the right house, then it does nothing. But hey, if you're good, it'll do something. Hand of Dis, great, great board control. You know, if they're trying to protect something in the middle, like a big taunt creature, this is really good for getting rid of those big taunt creatures. And we got two of those, so you know, really nice to see. Works well with each other as well. If they have like 4 minions on the board, you can kill the middle two. Not too bad. Pandemonium, one of those more situational cards. If you can damage your opponent's creatures so that they can't capture, then that's ideal. You want to leave yourself undamaged and you want to leave them a little bit damaged. That's the ideal situation to play Pandemonium, but really nice card. Good capture, good key stopper as well. Oh, we're on to minions. All right, so we got a Dust Imp here. This guy's pretty solid. You can kill this guy off with ourselves, I guess, with our Hand of Dis potentially. Not too bad if we really have to, but otherwise, good creature that sticks around. Guardian Demon. Actually, this is a really good thing that I can kill my own Dust Imp if I really have to. Heal 2, deal 2. Really like this card. I think it's very not situational, but versatile. Very versatile. Can be used for a lot of situations. Healing, killing, reaping, anything you want. Pit Demon, super good card. When you see this on the opponent's field, you're like a little scared for your Amber Pool because I mean, he's going to want to call Dis to steal from you every single turn. This is just too good. And if he has something like an Inspiration, he can even steal off house. Oh, man, I love Pit Demon. Such a good card. Oh, we have a Shaffles. At the end of your turn, your opponent loses one. Really good if we have a way to protect this and make sure that this doesn't die very easily. This is going to be super annoying for our opponent. Even if we don't pick Dis, this will work, right? All we have to do is protect him in any house, and he'll be good. Toxin, another great card, a little bit low power, but has a really good ability that if we protect this guy and we continually use him, this guy can be really nasty for our opponents. Combination with Shaffles, man, they're just losing a bunch of stuff. They're losing cards, they're losing Amber. How can they possibly play? How can they possibly win the game like that? Okay, Flame Wreath. Here we go. This is what I was hoping for. Creature gets +2 power and gains hazardous 2, and you gain an Amber. So essentially, before this creature's attacked, they're going to do +2 damage, but since it also has +2 power, really you have to add 4 attack, or like pretty much 4 attack to anybody you're attacking. So if I wanted to protect this Toxin, put the Flame Wreath on him, this guy's going to become a 5 power that deals 7 damage when attacked. Whew, really strong. From 3 power to basically 7 with just one Flame Wreath. Really good card. I love Flame Wreath, and I haven't opened one yet. This is my first deck with Flame Wreaths. And if I recall, there are 2 of them! 2 Flame Wreaths, that's insane. I don't know if I would stack these on the same guy, but why not, right? You would just get, I guess, Hazardous 4 and +4 power, so that's just a crazy amount of protection right there. And we're on to the Sanctum House now. We have a rare here with Mighty Lance. It's really, really good card. It does 3 to a creature and 3 to a neighbor of that creature. So it will pretty much never target your own creatures if you don't want it to. Because if they only have one creature on their field, you're just going to be killing their minion, and you're not forced to target your own guys. So I kind of like that. Mighty Lance, really, really good card. Really, really good card to see. Next up, we have Take Hostages. Gives you solid amber, and then if you have a bunch of creatures that are ready to fight, they can also capture. Capture is nice. It's temporary stealing, and if you have lots of protection stuff, then they can almost never get that back. So capture is really useful with protection, and as you saw, we have 2 Flame Breathed. So if we can maybe use those guys to protect some of our Sanctum, that would be fine too, because we got to take the hostages. We got the Spirit's Way. Destroy each creature with power 3 or higher. So this is not going to be too good for if we have more creatures than our opponent, because we don't really have too many small creatures, and we have ways to upgrade them. So Spirit's Way is really, really cool, though. It gives you no chains at all, which is crazy. This should at least give you 1 chain, honestly. 1 chain at least, but it gives you nothing, which means this card's super, super, super cool, in my opinion, and I don't have it yet. Gorn of Alm, if I recall, I believe we have double Gorn of Alm here. So 2 artifacts with Omni. Sacrifice it, destroy an artifact. So essentially, if you have these out on the field, just waiting, your opponent cannot play an artifact, otherwise it's just going to instantly destroy. So this is interesting. This is going to win a lot of matchups that are artifact heavy, and there's quite a few decks that I've seen, like Bear Flute decks, things like that, where you could easily get rid of that and then shut their deck down. So interesting to see. I don't know if I want 2 of them in the same deck, but I got it. So I guess we're gonna have to experiment and see how that goes. Next up, we have a Bulwark. So we're seeing minions now. Excellent to see a Bulwark. Just protects some of our smaller, annoying disc creatures and even our Sanctum creatures, things like that. Bulwark's super, super good. With a 4/2 body, he's hard to kill as well. You have to kill him with 6 power in order to make him die in one shot. Lady Maxina. So really, really love this card actually. It's a little bit stronger than the Bulwark, right? It's instead of a 4 power, this is a 5 power with 2 armor. And as soon as you play it, you get to stun a creature. Super, super cool. And then after that, you can even return it to your hand to stun again. So I love this card. This card is so nice. Then we have a Raiding Knight. So this one's super, super sneaky for Sanctum. Just as soon as you play it, you get to capture one. I really like that. It doesn't require any kind of synergy. All they have to have is basically be in check within one, or just have perfect check, and then boom. All of a sudden, they can't forge a key on their next turn. Really, really nice. Sequius, this is a really good guy, but he's a little bit less sneaky. He has to reap whenever he captures one, but I really like the fact that we have both halves of the capture mechanic. We have the play and the reap one. I like that, and I usually see them together. They have the same stats. I just think they're kind of they're brothers in arms there. They work together well. Then we got a Staunch Knight. Super good card if we place this on a flank, because it's just instantly 6 power 2 armor, which is the strongest creature we have so far. It's just a little bit stronger than the Lady Maxina. And I love to see the Staunch Knight. I would prefer 2 of them. I don't think we have 2, because of course each player has 2 flanks. So if you place a Staunch Knight on either flank, it's pretty nice. But again, you're closing off your board, so you can't play on the outsides after that. Otherwise, you make one of your Staunch Knights back to a 4/2 if he's not on the flank. So having one's actually okay, because then you can leave him there forever and then just play on one side of your board. So yeah, now that I talk about it, I'm okay with 1 Staunch Knight, but having 2 is also pretty cheese. You can get them both out there and both be pretty big. And then we have some upgrades here. I believe we have 2 upgrades. So one's a Protect the Weak. Really nice. You give someone armor and taunt. I don't believe anybody in my deck naturally has taunt. At least not from Sanctum. So no taunt, no taunt, no taunt, no taunt, no taunt. This guy kind of has taunt, honestly. Like, who's not going to kill the Bulwark before you kill the other neighbors that have 2 armor? But essentially, nobody here has taunt. So the Protect the Weak is going to be quite nice, giving someone taunt and an extra armor, and you get that amber. Really like this upgrade. Glad to see it. Welcome. And shoulder armor. Man, this guy is just so good. We're all about the upgrades this deck. We already have 2 Flame Wreathed, a Protect the Weak, and a shoulder armor. So this guy's going to get +2 armor and +2 power, which is just so, 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 so good. Gives you that amber. It's almost the exact same thing as Flame Wreathed, honestly. It's almost the same. But shoulder armor has to be, you have to place it on someone on a flank. And the armor is just so cool. And I love the flavor text. I can't see anything. Do I look cool? Um, yes, dude. You look so cool. You are the coolest. All right, let's move on to Untamed now. So we have cooperative hunting. This is good if you have lots of minions in other houses too, which we have a decent amount of minions. If I counted, it's 5 in Sanctum and I forget in Dis, maybe 5 in Dis. We can quickly look that up though. We have the 2 upgrades, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so far we have 10 minions, and then whatever we are going to reveal in Untamed. But cooperative hunting, super good board clear. Really works well with Save the Pact. I can't remember if we have one in this deck, but if we have a Save the Pact and cooperative hunting, that's just a super good combo, and that's what you're looking for every time. Double cooperative hunting is also good because it basically does 2 damage for each friendly creature in play, regardless of what houses those creatures are from. You can divide it amongst any number of creatures. Super flexible card, gives you 0 chains, and yeah, it sure beats uncooperative hunting. Ain't that the truth? We got a Nocturnal Maneuver. Solid card, nothing too fancy, nothing too overpowered. Gives you that amber, exhaust 3 creatures, make sure that they can't be used next turn. So I really like that. Of course, I did play this the other day in another deck, and my opponent just chose a different house, right? And then they unexhaust themselves at the end of the turn. And then I'm pretty sure he chose Sanctum to just use Inspiration anyway, to just ready and use creatures. So it didn't even matter that they were exhausted. So this card sometimes is really nice, and then sometimes if your opponent has the cards, can be kind of useless, right? So cards like that are not my favorite. I want them to be useful every time I play it, not like kind of useless sometimes. But glad to see a Nocturnal Maneuver. I don't think it's that bad. Regrowth. So if I do recall, we have the double regrowth. Now, I love regrowth as a card. It gives you an amber anyway. That's so good. And you return a creature from your discard to your hand. And if it's an untamed, it means you can play it instantly. So if there's a few creatures in our discard that we want to get back, like maybe something that gives us amber, like a dust pixie, this is going to be good to get that dust pixie back and back and back again. And it's going to be very good amber generation. Because if your Dust Pixie's in your discard, you play 1 Regrowth and you're getting 3 Amber for it. 1 for this and 2 for the Dust Pixie. So good to see double Regrowth. Really good to see. And this combos well with my Untamed. They have some good minions in there. And with this, got some good minions in there. Especially that Dust Imp. If you regrowth the Dust Imp, you can get that Amber back again. So 2 Regrowths. Really good to see. Love Regrowths. Oh, we do have a Save the Pack. So this combos really well with our double cooperative hunting. 2 cooperative hunting and a save the pack. Destroy each damaged creature. Gain 1 chain. So that is just a 1 chain full board clear if we have a decent amount of minions. Scout! Oh, this is why I was so excited to film this deck. I love Scout. I love the art of it. Not only does it almost look like a Maverick, because it looks like it might be from Faction Mars, as a lot of cards do, I guess, from Dis even, because they feature a lot of Mars cards getting feared or things like that. Anyway, Scout, though, such a cool card. It is a rare, so I've never seen it before, really. And it looks like my Scouts are the ants in this case, not the Mars guy. But plays, you just gain an amber when you play it. For the remainder of the turn, up to 2 friendly creatures gain skirmish, then fight with those creatures one at a time. So that's really cool because you can choose off house, right? You can totally choose off house with this. If you have 2 Sanctum guys, you just play this, they gain skirmish, they fight, right? They don't have to be untamed. So Scout is just really fucking cool. And uh and I figured out that there was a combo just briefly by looking at it. Double regrowth gives us 2 minions that we can then use Scout to fight with, even if they're exhausted or whatever, right? That's amazing. Yeah, then fight with those creatures one at a time. Doesn't say then if they're ready you may fight or whatever. No, it's just you fight right now. Boom. So Scout, really cool rare. Followed by another rare. It's Bear Flute. This one I heard about Bear Flute, but I didn't know that it was an artifact that you can use every turn. That's broken. I thought this was just a one-time action. If it was a one-time action, this card would be fine still. But the fact that it's an artifact is so busted. Fully heal an Ancient Bear. Okay, that's not that great, but, useful. And then, if there's no Ancient Bears in play, search your deck. Wait, if there's no... Oh, okay, I found a little loophole. I'll tell you after. Search your deck and discard pile for each Ancient Bear from them into your hand. If you do, shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Okay, so here's the issue with Bear Flute. This card is not good if your opponent has an Ancient Bear in play, because it says you fully heal an Ancient Bear, which means you have to do it if you choose to activate the artifact. You have to do it, right? So if they have an Ancient Bear that has taken damage, you have to heal him. Then, if there's no Ancient Bears in play, which there are, your opponent has one in play, then you can't even do the second part, which means this doesn't do anything if your opponent has an Ancient Bear out. That's all I'm saying. So this is really good if you're the only one playing Bear Flute and Ancient Bear. They don't really work against each other very well. They kind of neutralize each other in a small way. So just something to keep in track of. And I really hope that we have a lot of bears in this deck, which we do have more than one. There it is. There's one. Ancient Bear, Assault 2. This is one of the best attacking creatures because it almost takes no damage in return sometimes if you get them low enough. And you can heal them back up to full. We do have 2 Ancient Bears. That is it. Not 3 or 4 or anything crazy. But double Ancient Bear with Bear Flute, I will take it. I really, really do like Bear Flute, though. Very exciting card, and I'm glad that I got this one for the first time. And we have a Dust Pixie. Like I was telling you, you can combo this with the double regrowth to just play it over and over again throughout the whole game. So that's awesome to see. Great minion there. Don't care that it's low power. Might as well kill it off. And last card is Snufflegator. Solid skirmish creature. But that just leaves us with 4 minions. 4 minions is Untamed is not too bad, especially with Bear Flute, because we'll just keep bringing back the bear. Scout allows us to attack off house anyway. We got some good board clear and regrowth going on, and then a little bit of board control. So overall, I would say Untamed is normally a lot of Amber generation, and this time around, I have a lot of fighting / board clearing in this. You know, this guy's fighting. This one's obviously not fighting. These two are kind of like fighters. And then Bear Flute, of course. This is a kind of a fighting guy, of course. This is a fighting board clear. 2 regrowths, you know. This is kind of a board clear, and then these two are kind of board clear. So not too much Amber generation in this. And then we have 4 upgrades, of course, in the other 2 factions. So really cool deck, honestly. Just a little bit low creature count in Untamed, but I don't really care too much because Dis is nice. Started off nice with a Rise, double-handed Dis, 2 Flame Wreathed, and solid 5 creatures as well. Not the most powerful creatures, but we got the Pit Demon and the Guardian Demon, you know, some good creatures. Sanctum is awesome. I love shoulder armor and protect the weak on the same guy. That's like one of the best things in my opinion. Love comboing shoulder armor and protect the weak. Staunch Knight really good. I really like Lady Maxina and Bulwark, super good minions. 2 Gorn of Alms, not 100% convinced, but nice Mighty Lance. Nice to see a nice rare there. And then 2 rares in Untamed with Scout and Bear Flute, super nice. So hopefully you're able to scan that and see what you get. But hope you guys like the deck. This has been Frigg, Bloodless Truthshade. Pretty cool name as well. And this is what the Archon looks like in case you want to study that bad boy. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and hope you guys got some cool Keyforge for Christmas, just like I did. I only got the 1 deck, but that's really all I care about, because I got a Bear Flute with 2 bears in it, and 2 Flame Wreaths, and a Scout. Those are all brand new cards for me. I haven't seen a Bear Flute, a Scout, or 2 Flame Wreaths before, or even just 1 Flame Wreath. So I'm really happy about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Tigviddy, signing out.